So you have learned that we use for loops to iterate over iterable objects. In Python, we have another kind of loop that is a while loop, and we use that to repeat something as long as a condition is true. Here's an example. So let's define a variable number and set it to 100. Now we use while, and here we add a condition. As long as number is greater than 0, we add a colon. Once again, we have indentation, so we can repeat one or more statements. We can print this number, and then we can divide it by half. So number equals number. Use the integer division to divide it by 2. Or we can use the augmented assignment operator to shorten this code, like this. Now let's run this program. So here's what we get. Initially, our number is 100. We divide it by half. We get 50, then 25, and so on. So as you can see, in this example, we are not iterating over an iterable, like a range object or a string or a list. We are evaluating a condition and repeating a task. Let me show you a real-world example of a while loop. In this interactive shell, Python is waiting for an input. We can type something like 2 plus 2. It will evaluate it and ask for the next input. We can add another expression like 10 is greater than 2. So these steps will continue until we press Ctrl D. So behind the scene, we have a while loop that continues execution until we press Ctrl D. That is the condition that causes the while loop to terminate. Let me show you how to build something like this in Python. So let's define a variable, command, and set it to an empty string. Now, here we need a while loop. We want this while loop to execute as long as command does not equal to quit. So command does not equal to quit. Colon. In this loop, we want to continuously get input from the user. So we use the built-in input function. We add a label like this, get the result and store it in the command variable. Now at this point, Python Interactive Shell will evaluate this command. We are not going to do that in this lecture because that's way too complex. For simplicity, we can just echo back what the user entered. So print echo, and as the second argument, we pass this command. So this is our while loop. It will execute until we type quit. Now, as I told you before, don't run this program using the Code Runner extension because by default, it will run your program in the output window, which is read only. So open up the terminal using Control and backtick and run Python or Python 3 app.py. So here's our command prompt. Let's type 2 plus 2. It echoes back. Let's type 3 times 2. There you go. If we type quit, our program terminates. Now let's try it one more time. What if we type quit in uppercase? The program doesn't terminate because as you learned before, lowercase and uppercase characters have different numeric representations. So quit in lowercase is different from quit in uppercase. Now to solve this problem, an amateur programmer may do something like this. And command does not equal to capital quit. So while command does not equal quit in lowercase and quit in uppercase, continue getting input from the user. Let's run this program in terminal and see what happens. So one more time, Python app.py. We type quit, beautiful, it works. We type quit in uppercase, that would work too. But what if I type quit with an uppercase Q and lowercase UIT? Our program doesn't terminate. So this is a poor way of checking for the quit command. What is a better way? Let me show you. So we don't need this AND operator here. Instead, because command is a string, we can call the lower method. So whatever the user types in, first we'll convert it to lowercase and then compare it with quit in lowercase. With this change, it doesn't matter how the user types the word quit. We'll always terminate the program.